That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him. This is practical, this is easy, functional farmhouse decor, inspired from the past, so you know I'm building this. I've said it 100 times, I build by look, I build by feel, using whatever I have, scrap wood, pallet wood, like Bob the Builder, rebuild, reuse, recycle. But if you need to buy the wood, it's like $4. And today is one of those days where my cut list will actually match dimensional lumber. So it's an easy DIY project. No table saw required. All straight cuts with the exception of the heart cut out for the handle. Throw in some square nails and you have linked this piece to the past. Simple doesn't have to mean ho-hum, boring, or basic. We can do better. I was at an antique gathering, think a bunch of vans and tables in a field, showing their wares, hanging out, talking to each other, and I ended up looking at some things that I couldn't afford. Only antique in the house is, well, me. And I saw this one quirky little piece, not me. This one quirky little piece, and then another one, and like Chuck from, well, the TV show Chuck, I flashed on it. I mean, in an instant. I was like, I like this heart-shaped handle, but it's way too much, over the top. What were they thinking? And the other? I love that bottom reveal. And what is that? An embossed pattern on the wood, and so here we are. Through the door and hit the floor. Squats this time. I was editing last Sunday's video and realized my gluteus maximus was anything but maximum. So squats have been added to the exercise snack throughout the day. Back at the bench, we begin our layout. This is a small, think toolbox design. In the 1800s, these were common for silverware trays, low slanted sides, so you could reach in and pull out the flatware easily enough. Today, I'm thinking top of the toilet. Wow. That just sounds dirty now that I say it, so we'll just say bathroom counter. But if it happens on that previously mentioned spot and looks good, go for it. Anywhere you put it, it's small. 12 inches long, 7 wide. I'm thinking rolled hand towels or washcloths, bottled soap maybe. You see, I grew up with a bathroom that only company was allowed to use. It was not fair. The soap dish always had those cool little seashell shapes. Seashell soaps. But us kids weren't allowed to use it. But we were stuck with our own bathroom and that big orangish yellow brick known as Dial. Now, as an adult, my plan is to get my bathroom looking like a resort. And then not let my parents use it. Or better yet, let them see it all done up, nice for company. Then pull the matching towels and soaps out and replace it with a glob of leftover soap parts, all squished together like, and mismatched towels. Just kidding. I couldn't do that to them. We're taking longer than normal here. This is the heart, no pun, actually, pun fully intended. This is the heart and soul of the project. Without it, it's just one of those mass-produced block trays that are so common nowadays. I wanted to come in from the sides, just a little. I don't have a ton of room to work with, so 1 inch, maybe 3/4, dip ever so slightly, then begin the rise. Then curve up into the handle. Liking that, I cut it out, flip it over, and trace the other side. Now that heart, it's going to look a little odd. Because of the size, I'll need to squish it a touch, and probably exaggerate the bottom, drawing that point out more. Liking that, I use a glue stick, removable glue. It sticks but easily pulled up and repositioned. Great for patterns. There's a link in the description. And I like that. Okay, went in, did the pattern up on GIMP, think free Photoshop. I'm going to try and link the PDF download for you in the description if I can, so you can actually have the template to cut from. It's something new. If you don't see it there, I forgot it, so please remind me in the comments. Speaking of which, YouTube loves it when you comment, and so do I. It sends a dreaded algorithm into dance mode, making the video and channel more active, so please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even just a simple love it, nice build is enough to send that algorithm rising. And it's fun to hear what you have done or will do. Anyways, I glue the pattern to some press board, rebuild, reuse, recycle, and reduce. Pattern done, I trace it out. I only do half a pattern, so I can flip it over and do the other half. It's my way of ensuring that any errors are repeated, so it looks symmetrical and intentional on the other side. Now this is the hardest part of the project, but sometimes the risk is worth the reward. The handle. I drilled 2 holes for the top of the hearts. It keeps those curves nice and smooth. Then use my one scroll saw. I love this thing. And cut down the lines. Remove the heart and hit up the curved sides. I had this attached to my variable speed pedal as well. It's like a $12 attachment to make it foot operated, so I can stop in an instant. We hit the other one up and sand at 120. Look, this can be done with an orbital or by hand. It just might take a little longer. The curves are the hardest part, but take your time and creep up on the lines. Not in a static motion. Always moving. It's coming together now. I have these little sanding wheel thingies. Great story behind them because I so wouldn't have bought them. But I had some Staples rewards I had to use one night. I saw them on clearance and they were like $1.35. So I bought 3 or 4 of them. I hardly ever use them. But they look cool. Wrap a dowel with sandpaper and it works just fine. Probably even better. A little hand sanding inside. Thin strips with tape as a backing so it doesn't rip. Learned that one on Facebook. Yeah, it's not just for cat videos in Farmville, guys. Glue up on the sides. Only glue here, really. Truly, no need for nails. All right, the last of it, and I'm not sure I got this right. Without the slanted sides, the bottom reveal feels a little awkward. But I need it. I need to make that bottom look more than just a board haphazardly nailed on. So I have some options. 1, round over the top edge of the base. Keep the sides straight. 2, round over the top and bottom of the base. Keep the sides straight. 3, round over the top edge of the base. Round over the side. That's better. I like that tucked in look. 4, round over the top and bottom of the base and round over the side. Let me know what you think. These are the little things that drive me so crazy. But really, they're the reason I build, create, and design my own versus trolling Etsy and knocking off some poor sap who's only trying to make a living. Every story has been told, and more than once. We know that. But I hope to tell my story in a different way. All right, handle glued in and dried. Let's pre-drill those holes and sink those square nails. Now, I used some old concrete nails I had, a little too big for my liking though. The old rustic nails are just so expensive. I have a link in the description of what I am switching to, horseshoe nails. Don't laugh, they are square and a lot cheaper than the real thing. So it looks a little different than the last time you saw it. If you want to see my full distressing method, click the link above. But real quickly, I added some faint holes for bug bites. Watered down black acrylic paint around the nails for rusting and staining. I may have gone a little too dark there. The finish? Yeah, so I bailed on this one. I originally was going all distressed white, but my toilet is white. The cabinet above is crackled white paint. Yeah, I chased that trend 25 years ago. So I ended up using the same method from last week. Some pre-stain conditioner, using it as a shellac, and tinting it with special walnut, which I believe makes a slightly faded golden oak look. I think it will do just fine. Show off some of the slight distressing, and I hit it with some lacquer to get a nice gloss. It's not dry enough to put anything in it yet, but we can at least get some photos for the reveal and let AI add some things. This was a fun build, honestly. Not 100% sold on the base. Still a little thick for my liking. I do think that little reveal around the edge lends itself to slanted sides, which we didn't do. Maybe next time. But I love the handle. The entire piece of the handle, the curves and the heart, came out better than I could hope for. So is it on your list to build? Same size or bigger? And what bottom reveal would you have gone with? As always, please like, subscribe, and comment. Anything and everything. Until the next one.